Good morning and welcome into Good Day. I'm Rebecca Jeffrey. Thanks for joining us this morning. Today is Wednesday, December 28th, 2016. Local to your local election headquarters, and we're less than a month away from Donald Trump's inauguration, and Texas Republicans already planning to reintroduce controversial legislation. This time, they say, it has a good chance of passing. Local 2's Anna Wernicke is in Austin with more.
I very much hope we will not wait one day longer.
The First Amendment Defense Act didn't make it past the first hearing in 2015, but now the bill's sponsors, Texas Senator Ted Cruz and his Republican colleague, Senator Mike Lee, are eyeing a comeback.
Legislation is titled the First Amendment Defense Act, but in reality, it is an unconstitutional attempt to totally redefine what the First Amendment protects.
The bill protects any person or business who refuses service to LGBTQ people.
The intent of religion is to protect and help people, not to use religion as a sword to harm other people, and that specifically is what this legislation would attempt to do.
Chuck Smith with Equality Texas says while a Texan may be behind the bill, he says it doesn't reflect the state's beliefs.
I think Texans are not supportive of going back in time to a period when we denied service to people because of who they are.
Raise your hand, Christian conservatives, everybody.
The bill already has the support of President-elect Donald Trump. In a statement on his campaign website, Trump says, quote, "If I am elected president and Congress passes the First Amendment Defense Act, I will sign it to protect the deeply held religious beliefs of Catholics and the beliefs of Americans of all faiths." In Austin, Anna Wernicke, Local 2 News.
Anna, thank you. Meanwhile, insurers hiked premiums for Obamacare benchmark plans, an average of 25% for 2017. But a new S&P Global Ratings analysis is calling that a one-time pricing correction. The analysis said insurers have started closing the large losses that prompted these hikes. And S&P expects rate requests for 2018 will be well below this year's level. Meanwhile, the deadline to enroll in the Affordable Care Act for 2017 coverage has been extended again. Anyone wishing to sign up has until January 31st.
Now, your weather on the twos.
Time now to send it over to meteorologist Chase Menendez with a check on our forecast. Good morning, Chase.
Well, good morning, Rebecca. We got some clouds coming in from the southwest like we have been for the past couple of days. And this time they're actually going to clear out, and they're also brought to you by a subtropical jet that's given us a little extra activity for this time of year. Pretty unusual, but it's got some good changes for the health index, so hey, I'm not complaining. Tree pollen still at moderate to high levels, but grasses, mold, and weeds all at low levels. So check out your Texan Allergy and Sinus Center online for more information on that. Now, we've had unseasonable temperatures the past couple of days. Today, they're pretty warm. 52 degrees in Odessa, Midland right now, 41 in Wink, 57 down there in Dryden. Ozona still in the 62, 63 degrees, but Carlsbad and Hobbs still in the upper 30s. So here's a look at the way that your day breaks down. We're going to get to a high temperature of about 76 degrees today. Very warm, very warm. But other than that, I'll turn it back to you, Rebecca.
Chase, thank you. Moving to your crime watch now, an Odessa man lands himself behind bars after sticking his head out the window of his car while flipping off officers and speeding off. Now, this happened as police tried to conduct a traffic stop over in the 1300 block of West Clements last Thursday. According to the report, after 18-year-old Eric Anchando sped off in his gray Dodge Charger, police found his car unoccupied with stolen firearms inside. OPD was able to locate him over in the 1100 block of South Grant the next day. He was charged with evading arrest in a motor vehicle. And an Odessa man will be reunited with his family today. He's set to be released from federal prison after 14 years behind bars. Samuel Johnson's life sentence was shortened by President Obama in September. We're told he was serving time for trying to sell crack cocaine. We spoke with his wife, who said the process of filing for clemency took 2 years.
But he did a lot of work in there himself. I was the one who actually sent out the stories to the different agencies to try to get him a clemency lawyer. I'm fine with just knowing he's on his way home because we've never, ever had that feeling.
Johnson's early release is just one of more than 1,000 prisoners who received clemency from President Obama. Obama has granted clemency to more prisoners than all 11 preceding presidents combined. And in Big Spring, an officer-involved shooting sends one suspect to the hospital. The Howard County judge even telling us she could hear the gunshots all the way from the courthouse. Local 2's Ryan Martin was there as DPS and the Texas Rangers investigated and brings us the latest.
Law enforcement covering a large stretch of land after a shooting involving a suspect, a DPS, and a Big Spring police officer.
They're proceeding with caution. Public safety is our main interest, and resolving the situation as fast as possible.
Law enforcement responding to a call of a suspect presenting a weapon. A high-speed chase took the two officers to 10th and Owens, where a shootout ensued. This right outside of Big Spring High School, which luckily wasn't in session.
We're very grateful right now that the school wasn't involved and everybody's safe.
The officers are okay and were not shot, but the suspect was transported to a Lubbock hospital and their condition is currently unknown.
Multiple weapons possessed by the subject involved, and we can't confirm that right now, which weapons exactly.
Meanwhile, Lubbock police investigating after graves vandalized at the city cemetery. Some were knocked down, others destroyed. Hearing word of what happened, one family arrived Tuesday to see their mother's tombstone on the ground. Patrice Zarzo was buried there in 1970. She passed away in a Lubbock tornado.
You know, we grew up without a mom, and the memories we have of her, and now they got vandalized, and that's not right. That makes me mad, makes me angry.
Family says words cannot describe how they felt when they saw the vandalism. The city and police department now working together to fix the damage and make sure this doesn't happen again. And here in Odessa, the Crisis Center asking for additional volunteers to help children from troubled homes. Local 2's Jessica Vallejo spoke with specialists in family violence and tells us why they need your help.
They may have nightmares, they may have flashbacks, they may have trouble sleeping, they may be constantly looking over their shoulder because they're worried the offender is going to be there or come back.
Children being affected by family violence, Andrew Thomas, crime victim liaison, saying it's an ongoing issue in the basin.
The biggest single type of victimization that I am dealing with is family violence.
But the Crisis Center in Odessa taking action for the new year, asking for additional volunteers.
We need a constant rotation of volunteers. We need fitness instructors or people that are skilled maybe in, taekwondo or yoga or Zumba.
The reason they are using this method of exercise is to create
experiences that create positive memories.
Eliminating the negative memories of children affected by domestic and sexual violence, or those that have witnessed it.
Crisis Center, this is Holly. How can I help you?
Both specialists say victims feel comfort in knowing they are cared for. Tom is taking children away from their troubled homes, and the Crisis Center needing volunteers to heal their troubled minds.
Really important that people in the community can show other people that they are there for them and that they do care.
Any organization can do that would be positive, that would help. It can't help but have some good effects, some positive effects.
Jessica Vallejo, Local 2 News.
Jessica, thanks. Now, if you'd like to volunteer, we have more information on our website, yourbasin.com. Over in the Tall City, the Midland Police Department getting 133 body cameras a little later than scheduled. We're told all contracts are signed, but the new cameras won't be implemented until the end of January. The city tells us these tools will be helpful for the police department and the DA's office when looking at evidence for certain court cases.
It'll be another layer of something we can take a look at. If something ever comes out as far as a complaint or if something wasn't done completely right, it gives us the ability to have something else in addition to the dash cam footage, in addition to witness statements. It's always good just to have those extra layers.
While the department has 198 sworn officers, only 133 of those will be equipped with the new cameras. And as the holiday cleanup begins, the Tall City looking to help you get rid of those bulky Christmas trees. The city will have Hogan Park and the Citizens location on the 4100 block of Smith Road open to drop off your real Christmas trees. They say they want to avoid any safety hazard the trees can potentially cause.
It can be somewhat of a nuisance. It also can turn into a fire hazard as those trees turn, as they die off. They can become a fire hazard. So we just want to make sure we give the residents a good way to dispose of them, and we'll also turn those into mulch.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Well, we're told the Hogan Park location will be open for drop-offs until the new year, and then the Citizens location is open year-round. Moving to your health news, with the coming of a new year, people often make resolutions to lose weight, maybe give something up to be healthier. But all too often, we fall short of our goals. So what if we made a new kind of resolution to keep us on track, and it actually worked? Sarah Gainham has more in today's Health Minute.
Keeping our New Year's resolutions may mean adding a little balance to our lives. If you focus on being happy and healthy, meeting your goals may become a nice side benefit. If you want to lose weight, instead of subtracting certain foods, add something. Eat a serving of vegetables at every meal or add a glass of water to your daily routine. Over time, these additions will leave no room for unhealthy habits. Also, step away from the screen, whether that's the TV, computer, or other devices. Being sedentary is not good for the waistline. Instead, step outside and get some fresh air. It's good for the mind and body. And stop multitasking, especially when it comes to eating. When you pay attention to what you put in your mouth, it cuts down on mindless eating and may help you make better food choices. Also, try choosing a theme as your New Year's resolution, a word or a phrase that describes how you want to feel instead of what you think you should do. For example, words such as authenticity, clarity, or kindness. When you focus on your theme each day, it can have a positive impact on your behavior. For today's Health Minute, I'm Sarah Gainham.
Now, your weather on the twos.
It says being sedentary is bad for you, so we're going to keep moving.
999.
Yep.
1,000.
There it is.
Yeah.
Whew, good
Both
workout.
of us working different
nice
parts
job.
of our abs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chiseled already.
Yeah, starting the new year right. Chiseling up, tightening. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good stuff.
Hey, speaking of, I'm gonna throw this out there.
Please.
Because tonight we are going to go over to Firm Training in Midland.
Yes.
We're gonna check out what they're doing over there, so we can start on our New Year's resolutions, whether we like it or not.
Yes.
And we're gonna bring John Mark in studio with us next week, so we can talk about some of our New Year's resolutions. And of course, just sometimes it's not even a matter of I'm going to get fit in 2017.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I just need to lose what I put on at the end of 2016.
Yeah.
So
I want to
whatever
lose that
it is.
Thanking weight. I want to lose that Christmas weight.
Yeah, I need to fit back in my clothes.
Yeah, me too.
So, you know, whatever it may be, we're going to have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
But, hey, if you need a little sweat sesh,
Yeah.
fortunately, you can just go outside today.
It's going to be a sauna out there later on today.